So, what do we have for this week's episode of Joe Reviews? Oh, well, I guess the result's already going to be like 1 out of 10, isn't it? Wait, it isn't? Oh, I guess I'm going to have to think about this one. Alright, so this might sound like a problem, but I think I'm going to have to report it to somebody. Mineplex has actually created an original and creative game and executed it really well. This is outrageous. Like, we need to all panic. Cannot happen. This is not acceptable. It's an emergency. It does not fit with Mineplex's stand. Wait, no. That's not true. That's not true. Before I started making Joe reviews, Mineplex's updates were actually really good, and the server had a lot more integrity and positivity than it did now. They pushed out amazing updates, games, and concepts pretty much every single week. And when I started playing Mineplex avidly in May of 2014, there were no levels or experience across games, there were no slash stats, there was no treasure chests, no friends. I don't even think there was a server command back then to switch servers. I mean, it was a lot more barren and lacking features back then. What I'm trying to say is that during most of the time with Mineplex, their updates have been essential to the server and its state today. I argue that the server would be indefinitely worse without most of those updates I already stated. Heck, you could even include the original coins implementation and the whole changes due to the EULA. I mean, looking back, I think they actually executed it pretty well. Unfortunately, some of those changes seem to be unraveling with today's updates. For example, although I chose not to do a full review of it, the recent cosmetic changes with monthly bonuses and chests were not really the best. All I'm saying is that there were better ways to take that update. And another good example I feel is the survival games update that I did a while back. That wasn't terrible, but it wasn't exactly good either, and it kind of didn't want me to play survival games anymore. And I really kind of haven't played it much since. However, one thing I cannot deny is that December has been a huge month for Mineplex this year. They've released 6 updates as of December 25th. Mineplex hasn't done this much in 1 month for quite a long time, and there's even hopes that at least one more update will be pushed through by the end of the year. Not to mention that Clans was finally released last month, and the rumors that Mineplex was lying about the whole thing were finally put to an end. Anyways, I'm just saying that Mineplex might be on the upswing going into 2016, and I'm looking forward to more great content. I'm just going to keep an open mind and hope for the best, you know? Why not? But for now, we're going to take a look at Mineplex's newest game, Type Wars. Unfortunately, their FAQ page has no description for it, so I think I can sum it up for you, as that's kind of what I'm here to do. So I figure I might as well do it myself. It's just a better idea. Anyway, Type Wars is a team deathmatch style game where 2 teams must defeat the other by killing all the mobs thrown at them so that their giant does not get killed. Sounds boring and simple, right? Well, there is more to it. To kill mobs, you don't use a sword or a bow or something crazy like that. Rather, you're actually using keyboards and words. Confused? No problem, let me explain. When the game starts on your side, mobs will be spawned and they will have a name above them, and it'll be a word. The example from the tutorial in the game is fishing. Now, to kill the mob, you have to go in chat and type the word given, and the mob will instantly disappear. You'll also earn money in-game, which can be used to spawn mobs at different levels for the other team, of course trying to kill them, as well as using a couple abilities to aid in killing mobs on your side. Now, the other tool that you have for killing is known as the Zombie Smash, and each player per team can only use it 1 time per game. Why, you may ask? Well, it essentially kills every single mob on your team's side. It's a little overpowered. It's necessary to use late in game, so don't use it right at the start, or when somebody else does, otherwise you'll be wasting it. Only use it when absolutely necessary. A lot of games, there are so many people who chose to use it at the beginning just for the fun of it and pretty much ruin it for your team. So yeah, please don't do that. So let's talk about what I think about the game, as that's pretty much there is all to say about it. There aren't any extra kits or anything, which I'll talk about a little later. So the game's concept is actually not completely original if you're including non-Minecraft concepts. When I was writing the script of this video, some of my friends reminded me that this game is similar to Quizlet.com's Space Race, where you have to type words and get them correct to eliminate them and continue playing. Despite that, I don't think that I've ever seen something like this in Minecraft, and they've done a fantastic job of porting it over. There rarely is lag when you're killing mobs, and the words are so varied that, in my opinion, it makes it interesting. Frankly, the fact that there are so many words makes the experience all the more enjoyable for myself. As in typical Mineplex fashion, the arenas for the game are very nicely built with great attention to detail. Although in this game you're most likely going to be facing the ground, as that's where all the mobs are, as you can probably guess. Thank goodness you can fly in this game, by the way, otherwise it would be a lot more frustrating to try and type. Finally, the additional abilities are just right for this game. They make it clear that the best way of killing is through the typing, but they are there as alternatives and good for emergencies. In this regard, the game is still able to stay balanced and enjoyable. Now, of course, I would be lying if I said this game is perfect, because as of writing, I have seen a few problems. First one is that I have been getting ginormous amounts of experience and gems from this game. And while at first glance it might seem like that's a good thing, well, it really isn't for the whole Mineplex economy, you could say. In a game where I kill 100 mobs, which I'm going to call as my average, I see XP rewards of like 1,500 and gem counts of 750 to maybe 1,000. And considering games only last 5 to 10 minutes, that is ridiculously overpowered. And math would tell you that you could probably get about 6,000, 7,000 gems in 1 hour alone. Mineplex, please drop the rates, because it's really a problem at the moment. The other complaint I have is that the game can kind of get stale. I don't mean like playing one game, but I mean if you play too many games, you're kind of just going to get bored of it. I've probably played about 30 games over the span of probably a few days now, and I already feel like it's sometimes getting a little boring to play. Probably because I spent a couple hours doing it in a row one day, so I guess I can't blame the game too much for that. The second issue I have is the fact that achievements, yeah, they're not really achievements. They're the easiest Mineplex has introduced to date in any game. I earned 5 of 6 of them within playing my first 3 games, and I wasn't even trying. And the only one I didn't earn was winning 30 games, which obviously I can't win in 30 games. Even that I'm really getting close to. I can't really remove the ones that they've added, however I feel they need to add some new ones so they can encourage people to continue playing it. From the first complaints, it's apparent that Mineplex underestimated how well people would play the game and how good we could be. Otherwise, the gem rewards I'm sure would have been much lower. Finally, I'd like to see more kits introduced, as there is only one at the moment. I'd suggest kits with different abilities or can kill mobs via typing easier some other ways. I don't really know. The possibilities are almost endless here, though. So, let's wrap this up with some Christmas wrapping paper and get this under the tree. Well, I guess for next year. Christmas has kind of already come this year. Anyway, Type Wars has a great concept, something Mineplex and Minecraft players have not yet seen. Killing mobs with typing is actually pretty fun, more fun than you might think it is, and even helpful for learning keyboarding skills. The game has extra abilities to attempt to keep the cookies fresh and not stale. See what I did there? More Christmas jokes? Alright, fine, I'll stop. The EXP and gem situations do need to be resolved, as well as adding some more kits and trying to keep the game not stale. And unfortunately I can't let those few things have an effect on the game's final score. But you know what, despite all these problems, if you top it off with the 5 other updates this month, as of which most are good, as well as clans, and you've got a pretty good time on Mineplex, and it's totally worth checking out if you haven't seen Mineplex in recent times. Oh, and not to mention, Titan price was reduced to $30 upgrade from Legend. I'm not buying it because I don't find it worth it, but it's doable. Maybe if it's like $15, maybe I'll get it, but I don't know when that'll happen. Anyways, I think I'm going to be generous here and give this game a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, that's how I'm rating it now, don't judge. Mineplex has been on the upswing and is definitely getting back into the groove, and here's to them getting a solid footing in the Minecraft server community in 2016. So, what do you guys think about this game? Have you tried it out yet? And if so, what are your thoughts? Do you believe it's fun and original? And do you think it's gotten stale? And would you like to see more improvements or kits to the game? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And finally, for those of you who celebrate, I wish everyone a very merry and happy Christmas season. Hope you all got something nice, and you can enjoy it in the days, weeks, months, years, decades, millenniums. I skipped centuries and to come. You know, just enjoy your stuff. In the meantime, though, I'm getting ready to take a break, and until I get back, because you know I'm tired. And 2015 has been a long year for me. It's been a great 2015 though, despite that, with some pretty fun times all around, especially on YouTube and my server. And Mineplex being staffed, it's been a really nice year, and I'm hoping 2016 is going to be just as good. I hope to see you then. But for now, this is JoePeople14 signing out. And remember, everyone, to play Minecraft and eat some cookies today, because why not? Cookies are nice. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next year.